Hello and welcome back to the Let's Talk Bikes YouTube channel. It's Josh Spinks here, ex-professional motocross racer and current motocross coach. We're here in August now. We all know what that means. VMXDN is around the corner and this is the bike I've got for you this year. So this is a 2003 YZ250. David Grimshaw built this bike for Tom. Tom raced it a couple of years ago at the VMXDN, running up front in his class. He has to ride the Hondas now. So we got in touch. They said you can keep the seat warm, so I'm extremely happy about that. So we'll go front to back of this bike. You might see it's definitely not the standard forks. We've got 2022 KTM cone valve WP forks in this bike. To make those fit, you have to have the CNC machined triple clamps. Nice handlebar clamps. I believe we have 971 bend, which is quite common with the Renthal, so I'm going to give them a go, maybe swap them out. Because of the front end forks, the cone valve, we can put a oversized Brembo front brake on it. So a lot of people do that at the races. That's going to help down the hills at Foxhills. Just moving on back a little bit, we've got the fuel tank here from Doc Wob, aluminium. It's got 2 vent holes here. I don't know a lot about that. I should have done a bit of research, but super factory, nice look, painted just a time with the blue. Exhaust system wise, I believe it's Bills. It's definitely Bills on the rear. It looks like it Bills front to me as well, which really does perform well on the Yamahas. As far as the engine goes, pretty standard actually. It's got a V-Force reblock on there, just to sharpen it up, I should think, modernize the power a little bit. But if I have noticed anything over the years at Foxhill's VMXDN, a lot of people seem to go this direction with the Yamaha. They always seem to run up front, and I believe in this era, Yamaha didn't make a lot of changes. They built something that worked and stuck with it, and maybe that's the reason. I've not actually rode one of this era, so I'm excited to give it a go.
As always, big thank you to P1 Construction for sponsoring this video series. Now let's take a look at this lap time.
Back again with the VMXDN 2025. This is an event that just keeps getting bigger and bigger and attracting bigger rider names as well. We've got Porcel, Ben Townley, Coyote again for this year. There's not many places you get to line up and do that, so being able to join the Isle of Man team in the international race, rub shoulder to shoulder with those people is super special. So Team Isle of Man this year consists of Danny McCanny and Matty Lund. Danny, a really good enduro rider, someone that I used to race against when I was on 85s back in the day. Matty's been around for a long time. He's the elder member of the team, but he's a good solid rider. So between the three of us, we've got a solid team here for the international race, and we're just going to give it everything that we've got. Okay, so the lap time on this bike was a 1:45.56. The track was very, very slick after the rain, so we won't read into that too much. I just found myself using a lot of outside lines. Couldn't really open it up in certain places. Had to hit the jumps very straight, so I couldn't really scrub any speed. So I do believe it on a dry day, when I could use tighter lines and actually open the bike up a little bit, I could probably drop 3 seconds off of that, so we'll base it off that. As far as the bike goes, the feeling wise, forks felt really, really quite planted overall. A little bit high in the stroke, I think, compared to the rear, but it is a modern front end, and they are going to be a little bit stiffer being the cone valve. So where's the benefits of that? I felt like hitting the braking bumps, you could tear through those, like it really hold up. Maybe didn't dip into the front end like I sometimes like in the tight corners, but there has to be a compromise. I haven't checked the sag, so I'm just kind of riding it exactly how Tom set it up. I did actually pull the forks up through a little bit, just to try and get a bit more weight on the front. Handlebar position, the actual bend of the handlebars, really happy with that. I've not had to move them. And then the engine, just a typical old two-stroke really. It's got a lot of power off the bottom. You can pull high gears, get it into fourth gear, it likes that. Mid-range is really strong, but it just kind of falls off at high revs, but that's typical against all two-strokes really, even the modern ones. Last year I rode the Honda CR250, it was a 1994 from memory, and that was much the same. If anything, that one fell off the cliff a little bit sooner in the rev. So what I expected really, you don't expect a four-stroke kind of broad power on this bike, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Bags of power when you use the gears correctly, and overall a nice feel. As we said, this is an 03. The Honda last year was a 94, so almost 10 years in comparison. So I do feel this bike overall, especially with the front brake, the Brembo front, cone valve, it's going to be able to hit the jumps a little bit nicer, maybe go down the hills a little bit faster. A couple of years ago, I was actually on a KX500, and that thing was just anyhow. It wasn't turning very well, and bags of power that you couldn't perhaps use. So I feel like going into this year's event, we're on the Yamaha, that's what people choose. Like we said before, Doc Wob has a nice selection of Yamahas that he gives out to the riders. So I feel like we're on a good level playing field this time. The initial thought is really good on the bike, so let's take that into the event and see what we can do. So that's it from this episode of the Let's Talk Bikes YouTube channel. After the VMXDN, hopefully we can get our hands on some cool bikes, some two-strokes to bring to you. Shoot us a message if you've got anything you'd like to see me on, and we'll catch you soon.